it's Katie and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be another anti-haul, and I'm super excited because I love doing anti-hauls. I've done 2 so far, and I will link those both down below and also in the cards if you want to watch those. Like I said in my other 2 videos, it is fun to talk about things that you're not going to buy and things that you just don't think are worth it. And this is going to be a more high-end version of an anti-haul. And yeah, so I will be mentioning more expensive products, and also I want to talk about brands in this video that I will not be purchasing from, like I just will never purchase from. I could make this a separate video, but I feel like I just want to throw it out there. And if you do want a more in-depth video of why I wouldn't purchase from these brands, I would definitely be happy to do that. So let me know if you want to see that down below. But let's just get right into this anti-haul high-end edition because I'm super excited. So the first product I won't be buying, I feel like this one has been in a lot of anti-hauls recently. I've seen this in a few other anti-hauls, and when I saw this I was like, what? And that is the Too Faced White Chocolate Bar palette. Like, what even is this palette? I don't get the colors in this palette at all. I feel like these colors have just been thrown together. Like they were like, oh, let's go with this, 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 and this. I feel like it was just chopped together just really quickly, and I don't mean that in any defense, but I'm just giving you my honest opinion. I just don't get these colors. Like, they aren't even like pretty colors. Like, there's maybe one good color in this palette, but I just feel like the colors don't even flow together. Like, and when I think of a white chocolate bar palette, I think of like maybe like dusty colors, like dusty roses, or maybe like light colors, or like cream colors. I do not think of this color selection. And yeah, I won't be buying the white chocolate bar palettes. It's honestly disappointing. So the next thing I will not be buying is from Kylie Cosmetics, and actually Kylie Cosmetics is a brand that I will never buy from. I'm not a huge fan on the Kardashians. Like I just am not a huge fan of theirs, so I will never like buy from any of their makeup lines. And I've just heard like bad things about shipping of Kylie Cosmetics. I've heard it takes a long time and they charge you a ton for shipping, which I'm not really into, and I'm just like, why do you have to charge so much for shipping? And I believe this is for her birthday collection, so there's like a couple different things she has. I believe this is like her liquid lipsticks and some eyeshadows. Like, I think they're single eyeshadows, so I won't be buying that, mainly because I don't want to buy from any of the Kardashian beauty lines, whether if it's Kylie, Kim, whoever. And then I think she has some glosses that I won't be buying, and then she has like some eyeshadows that I won't be buying. So yeah, I won't be buying from her brand ever. You won't ever hear me like review a product from Kylie Cosmetics. I just won't be buying from her. She's like one of those brands I won't be buying. I'm just not really a fan, and like it's not like she's struggling out there like some brands are. Like, she's doing just fine without my money. Okay, so the next thing I won't be buying is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. Now, before you like screech or scream or like, what, Katie? Let me just say I love Jaclyn, and I do think this palette is gorgeous, and I know she worked so long on this palette and so hard on this palette, and I think it's pretty, and I would love to support her in this way. But I also think I don't need this palette in my collection, and it's just not something I feel like I would use all too much. It's not travel friendly because it is such a big palette, and I feel like I wouldn't even use most of the colors in the bottom maybe 2 rows. So I feel like it's not worth it for me because like of how often I would use it. If it was a smaller palette, I'd probably want to buy it more. And also, I'm not a huge fan of Morphe. I have the Morphe Kathleen palette and I love it, and I also have a Morphe brush, but also I don't want to buy from Morphe because their shipping is so expensive. It's like $8 for like just standard shipping. Like, that is ridiculous. Shipping should be at the most from $3 to $5. Like, $8 for what you're getting is ridiculous, and to get free shipping you have to spend $75. Like, that is extreme. Like, you should be able to spend anywhere from $25 to $50, and I feel like with that shipping price, it's like making Morphe seem like not affordable. So I won't be getting the Morphe and Jaclyn palette, but I am acknowledging of how beautiful it is, and I'm so happy for Jaclyn and for anybody that got this palette because it is gorgeous. So the next thing I won't be buying is from Milk Makeup, and this is the holographic highlighting powder. These come in 2 shades, and for me these just aren't appealing to me. Like, they come in like an orangish shade and then a purpley shade. And if you watch my drugstore anti-haul, I said how I didn't really like the unicorn and just holographic highlight trend. I'm more into like an intense, just regular golden or sham highlight. I like more of a natural highlight, but I also like that to be intense. And I just feel like this wouldn't look good on my skin, and I feel like it just doesn't work for my skin tone. If you love this holographic look, you will love these, but I feel feel like for me, I'm just not into this. The next thing I won't be buying is from Beauty Blender, and it is a new beauty blender. And when I saw this on Instagram, I was like, seriously? And this is the Beauty Blender Swirl, and this is like a pink swirled color sponge. Now, like appearance, it is very pretty, like the sponge is pretty, but I'm just not into it. I got the light pink, bubblegum pink beauty blender a couple months ago, and I was like, oh, it's so pretty, and the color literally washed out of it when I wet it for the first time, and I was like, seriously? So that is super gimmicky, and I feel like this beauty blender will do the same thing. And honestly, I haven't been a fan of the beauty blender within the last couple months. Like, I just haven't really liked it. I'm way more into my L'Oreal sponge and my Real Techniques diamond sponge, and I've realized that some of these sponges at the drugstore are amazing and more worth than what the beauty blender is. Like, they are just way better than the beauty blender. So I'm kind of going even on an anti-haul with beauty blenders. So I've kind of vowed to myself that I'll never buy a beauty blender ever again because they're $20 and I just feel like that's not worth it. And because I've just found sponges at the drugstore I like a lot better, so I won't be purchasing this. It's pretty, but I feel like it's gimmicky. The color will wash out and it just won't be as pretty after you use it. So the next thing I won't be buying is from NARS, and this is the NARS Liquid Blush. I believe this comes in 4 different shades: a peachy, a corally color, a mauve, and I think one other like peachy pink color. And first off, I'm not a fan of like cream blushes. I just don't really like cream products. I just find like on me, I don't know why this is, but whenever I use a cream blush, it always applies patchy. Even if I do it after foundation and before powders, it always looks patchy. And I'm just more into powder products. I just find they work a lot better for my skin. This is a quite interesting product, but I find it also to be weird and gimmicky. So this is also from Milk Makeup, and this is the Dab and Blend Applicator. I think it's like the same concept as the Silly Sponge. It was very like out there like a couple months ago. There was a trend, I guess, a couple months ago, and I'm not a fan of that. Like, I'd rather just use a sponge if I was going to use like that kind of tool. And this is $14, and I just find that like this isn't worth it. And maybe some people like this, but honestly, like I'm just not a fan of this concept. I just don't really like it for my foundation. I'd rather use a brush or a sponge. So next, I won't be buying the Smashbox Create and Transform Masterclass palette. So this comes with 3 different palettes. I believe it comes with a face palette, a lip palette, and an eye palette. And this is $65. It's a $220 value, which seems worth it, but in the end, I probably wouldn't use all of these. So I feel like it wouldn't be worth it for me. And I'm just not really into like these kinds of sets and kits. Like, I'd rather just use a regular, you know, palette. Like, I'd rather just use regular separate palettes. So I won't be buying this, but it is a cool idea if you're getting into makeup and you want like more than one set. So next thing I will not be buying is the Kim Kardashian contour sticks. These recently launched, and I feel like there are a ton of reviews on YouTube about these. Now, like I said, I will not be buying anything from the Kardashian beauty line, so I'm not really into like their stuff. Like, it's nothing against them personally, I'm just not really a fan of theirs. I just haven't heard the best about the contour sticks. Some people like it, some people don't, but I've just heard that it's patchy, the product falls out, and I just haven't heard the best things about it, so I will not be getting that. And I'm just, like I said, I'm just not a fan. So the last thing I will not be buying is from Anastasia, and this is the Subculture palette. I feel like everybody has been talking about this within the last couple weeks. Everyone is getting their palettes. I haven't watched any reviews, but I've seen reviews on YouTube. Like, I've seen them just around, and I'm probably that one person that's just not into it. I feel like a couple people aren't into this palette, but I'm definitely not into it. These just aren't colors I really go for. There's just too many weird colors in this palette for me. It's just not really my style of makeup. This is more of a grungy palette, which if you're into grunge makeup, you will love this, but that is just not personally my style. Okay, so that's it for my high-end anti-haul. These are all the things that I won't be purchasing. Please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and comment down below anything you're not going to buy, whether if that's high-end or drugstore. Just let me know that down below, and also let me know any other videos you'd like to see from me next, any like back to school videos or any beauty or lifestyle videos. Let me know about those down below, and please subscribe if you haven't already, because I post videos every single week and I would love for you to be subscribed to my channel. And also hit the notification bell down below if you want to be notified. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!